Hey bookaholics, it's Isabel and welcome to another video. So today I'm gonna be doing my Overdue book haul. So these are all the books I've collected since February. So I have a little bit of a problem. I have a lot here. So this is gonna be a hell of a long video. So we should just get into it. I'm going to separate these in parts. So for this first part, I'm gonna talk about my YA books. Then I'm going to talk about all the romance books I got, and then all the LGBTQ books I got, and then all of the series ones. So it's gonna be long. Let's just do this. First books I'm going to talk about are my similar author ones of my YA books. So I got There's Something About Sweetie by Sanja Menon. I absolutely loved her when Dimple met Rishi, and like I had a love-hate relationship with From Twinkle with Love, but I'm really excited for this one because it follows a girl who is overweight and her parents are kind of disappointed in that and are trying to get her a date or something. I feel like this is going to be a really fun one to read, and I just love Sanja Menon's just kind of writing and kind of get like a understanding of the culture, you know? So I'm excited for this one. Yeah, that's... People keep texting me. Why am I popular? So yeah, that was the first one I got. Next one I got was With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. So this one is the same author of The Poet X, which if you watched a video past that I can't remember what it was, I'll put it up here in the thing and you can go check that out if you want to see my thoughts on The Poet X. But this one I'm really excited about because The Poet X was all in verse. This one is actually prose, and it follows a girl who is all about cooking and she's excited about that, but her family is pretty impoverished. And yeah, it just kind of follows her, and let me just say, the nakedness is real, okay? The nakedness is so beautiful. I freaking love it so freaking much. And like, I didn't buy it because of that, because I only realized it was like that once I bought it, but you know. The next book I got was The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. Now, if you don't know, she is the author of Geekerella. You guys know I love my Geekerella. It was so fun. And I'm really excited about this one because it is a take on The Princess and the Pauper story, which is just so freaking fun because, like, let's just say, like, It Takes Two and Parent Trap and all those kinds of shows are freaking amazing, okay? And this one follows a girl who is obsessed with this fandom. I can't remember what it's called, but she goes to this con and she happens to look like the actress for the one person that's in this show, and like the fans aren't a big fan of this girl, so she is getting a lot of hate and she just really does not like these cons. And so one day she shows up and she's supposed to be on this panel and someone else is up there for her, and like, amazing. It sounds so much fun. And yeah, so that's this one. Next one I got was Heroine by Mindy McGinnis. Now, Mindy McGinnis is the author of The Female of the Species, which I absolutely loved. Oh my god. The writing was fantastic and just everything about it was just so amazing, and like I'm really excited to give another book of hers a try and see how it goes. This one, it follows a girl who is some kind of sport person and she gets an injury and she starts taking pills for it, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there. And I don't know everything that goes in here, but I feel like it's gonna be dark, just like The Female of the Species is pretty dark, and just a really big commentary on drug abuse and all that. So like, I'm really excited, and she's just amazing at doing abuse. Oh my god. She's amazing of writing a very sensitive stuff, so I don't know words, okay? I don't know words. So yeah, that's this book. Okay, so the rest of the YA ones are of ones I've never read the author's books before. They're either new authors or just new to me, so let's just do it. So the first one, which I got a while ago, I'm not too sure if I mentioned this in another one. Like, I can't remember which books I've mentioned in other book hauls, so like we might be seeing some doubles here, but I got The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. This one really intrigued me and I ended up buying it on a whim, and sometimes I'm just like, when am I going to read this? Am I ever going to read this? I don't know. So like, regrets sometimes, but like this one follows a school, and like it's a time where cloning is a thing, and like one of her best friends dies and now the clone is at the school. So it's like a weird dynamic. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see how it does. I don't know. We'll see. That's what this one is. So I'm kind of curious, but like, am I going to read it? I don't know. We'll see. Next one, I never even heard about this until I saw the cover, and like the cover really intrigued me for some reason, even though the thing that really would intrigue other people I didn't notice until like way after, but you know, I'm not very observant. So the next one I got was You Must Not Miss by Katerina Lino. So this one, I don't know if it was a color or if it's just the girl staring into my eyes, but like it intrigued me, and I ended up like looking at the synopsis, and it was kind of interesting. So a girl who is kind of going through some family troubles, and she kind of creates her own world called Near through her journals, and things just kind of go downhill. Like, it's kind of, this Near place is kind of used to invoke her revenge. Is invoke the right word? I don't know. English is hard, okay? The one thing I never noticed until I bought it and like actually looked at it was the screaming face on the edge that is very kind of transparent. Not transparent, opposite of transparent. What's the word opposite of transparent? I don't know. It's very hard to see, but like it's just screaming. So she's like all calm in the one that you can really see, and then in this one she's just screaming bloody murder. And like, intrigued? Yes. So I got this one. Next one I got, which again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, so doubles maybe? I don't know, but I got The Field Guide to the North American Teenager by Ben Phillip. So this one follows a kid who is from Canada and is coming to be in a high school in North America, and things go weird. I don't know. I really can't remember what this is, but I was intrigued because the main character is from Canada, so you know, represent, you know what I'm saying. So he just goes to a new school and he is trying to fit in, and somehow he goes against the popular kids, or something happens. I don't know. Something happens in the story and I just don't know what it is. So if you were intrigued by the cover or by my lack of knowledge, you can go check out on Goodreads and see if it's something you would like to read. So that's this. Next book I got was Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith. I actually already read this book, so like, go me. Ha ha ha. I did things. So this one follows two people. So the one character, he just got dumped by his girlfriend, and they had this whole big trip planned, and it was going across North America on the train, but because she's not going anymore, he needs to find someone who has her exact name because everything was set in her name. He has to find another Margaret Campbell. So insert the other girl in this story, and she is a movie director enthusiast. I don't know. She wants to be a movie director, I think, or just like a person who makes movies. Is that a movie director? I don't know. I don't know things. And so she thinks that taking this opportunity that not many other people would take, because like the risk of being murdered, I would like to stay away from that, but she takes the risk and she goes on this trip and tries to find another movie that will help her get into the university where she can learn to be a movie director, I think. It's her key to get into the director's chair. Oh yeah, I don't know. Okay, so that's this. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm being weird. The next one I got, again, I probably wouldn't have picked this up, but like, Jesse the Reader decided to show it on his video, so I got it. And that was How to Make Friends with the Dark. So this title is very intriguing, so I read the synopsis and I was like, okay, I guess I'll get you. It was on sale, so like, go me. I found something on sale. It was like, I don't know, 10% off, I don't know. I ended up getting this one, and it follows a girl whose mother just died, and now she has to make friends with the dark. I don't know. It just kind of follows as she's grieving and as she gets over that. I don't know. Like, not over that, because you don't really get over that, but like, you know what I mean. The next book I got was bum bum ba, What We Buried by Kate A. Boorman. So this one intrigued me by the face. That's kind of creepy, okay? And then that side, it's just, I don't know, it kind of drew me in. This one follows two siblings and their parents just died and they have been reality TV stars because their parents forced them to. So they're pretty bitter against them. And then they get this note or something, and so they go on a road trip to find something. I don't know. I don't know where it goes. I haven't read it yet. Next one I got was Every Heart a Doorway by Shanae McGuire. That was brutal. So this one has been talked about by pretty much every booktuber except me, so you know. I finally got this one. It was at one of my bookstores and it was like on display and I was like, fine, you don't have to twist my arm, I'll buy it. So I ended up getting it. And this one follows misfit kids, is that what it is? It's like misfit kids and they go through this doorway and like there's this whole new world. I don't know. Kind of sounds like Peter Pan, doesn't it? I don't know. Do they die when they go through the door? I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure it out. I have absolutely no idea what this book is. So, you know, that's what I got. Next book I got, which I have been waiting for this book to come out because it like only came out in the UK for so long, and finally it came out and I saw it at my bookstore and I was like, fine, I'll get it. It's the exact opposite of Okay by Laura Steven. I honestly can't remember why I put this on my most anticipated reads of 2018, but you know, I did, and like I've been waiting for it to come out and I never got it through UK. I don't know why. I just never actually went through the trouble of ordering it, so oh well. Finally got this one. I think it follows a girl who is being bullied because of something she did. That's what this is. If you want to check out what it actually is about, I would recommend going to Goodreads and not this video because you will not know. It's kind of what this video is going to be about. I have no idea what these books are about, but I bought them anyways because, you know, I like wasting money. Next book I got was Again But Better by Christine Riccio. You knew this was gonna be in here. This is my most anticipated reads of 2019, so of course it's going to be in here. This one, if you don't know, follows a girl who, my screen is pretty dark.
They're light, dark, light, dark.
This one follows a girl who never really got into the university scene. She kind of regrets how her university years have been going so far. She hasn't really made any friends or anything like that, so she decides to go on this exchange program. Like, she's not in high school, she's in college, but like she goes across the sea to do schooling and she wants to do it again but better. And apparently there's like a little bit of magic in here, so like I'm not too sure how that's gonna come about, but like I'm excited to find out. Next book I got, again, never heard about this book before, but like the cover intrigued me and then the whole synopsis intrigued me and I had to buy it. The Lovely War. Oh no, Lovely War by Julie Berry. So this one actually follows a group of people as they're going through World War I and World War II, I think. And the whole story is told through the goddess Aphrodite's perspective. I'm intrigued already. I'm curious where this goes. I get the feeling that this is kind of like The Book Thief. Like The Book Thief was told through Death's perspective. This one's told through Aphrodite's perspective, and it's both in war, so like I'm intrigued. And also that cover is gorgeous. Okay, alright, so that's all my YA books. Let's go into the romance. So the first romance book I got, which, well, not the first one, this is like the last one I got, but like I'm not doing them in order at all. So the first one I'm going to tell you about is this one. It's called The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. Now, if that's not me, I don't know who is. This one just spoke to me. I saw it in one of my emails from my Indigo email list, I think, and I was like, I feel attacked. Like, this literally is just me. In a gist, this one follows a girl who was very introverted and would just love to just read and have no life, which is me. She works at a bookstore and she kind of just lives through books, and it's just amazing. But her father ends up passing, the father who she never knew, and ends up learning that this whole family is her family, and like they start coming to her and she's like going through panic mode this whole time. Like, she doesn't know how to deal with so many people, and like I can so relate. So like I'm excited for this, and it just looks so cute. Can't you just see the cuteness just coming out of this cover? I don't know, but like look at the cat. Look at the cat. It's so cute. And romance. This is a romance, by the way. There is a boy in this book, so that's something to look forward to. So that is the other book I got. Next one I got, which I'm so excited for, Roomies by Christina Lauren. I've been loving Christina Lauren's books. Like, oh my god, I've been just obsessing about them and I just want them all. So I got Roomies and I am so excited for this one. So it pretty much follows a girl, obviously, and she runs into this guy, and somehow it comes to her offering him a job through her uncle's Broadway thing. I don't know. Something happens, but he needs a green card, so like they marry and then they become roomies. So yeah, that's this. And it just sounds adorable. So I got it. Next one, which again, I'm not too sure if I mentioned this in another video, but like it's here again. My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. I can never get enough of Christina Lauren, and I just bought all of her books. Not quite. There's a lot. I still want some money for other things. So I got this one, and this one follows a girl, obviously, and what happens? I don't know. There's something about like them needing a date, so her group of friends all sign up for online dating or something, and like one of the people who did was one of our friends, and they start emailing each other and not knowing that the other is them, like yeah, so something happens. And that's all I got. Next one I got, which I've already read this one and it was so adorable. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This one is adorable, okay? So this one obviously follows a girl. So this one follows a twin who her sister just got married, and like this whole reception was made through the sister's own luck that she has, and they were getting a lot of these things free, and one of the things free was the shellfish. But like the other twin sister is allergic to shellfish, and one of the guys didn't want to have any of that, so like he ate something else. And just so you know, the guy is the groom's brother, so like they're kind of sister-in-law, brother-in-law kind of thing. So yeah, that's happening. So the shellfish that the whole reception ate gets everyone sick. So these two people who didn't have the shellfish decided to go on the couple's honeymoon, and yeah, it just goes from there, and it's so adorable, and like I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because it's just amazing. Ooh, shit. I made a mistake. So this pile was not romance. This pile was supposed to be adult books because some of the adult books weren't quite described as romance, so it should be adult fiction, but you know, oh well. The next book I got was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Everyone's talked about this book. I've read it, so like I get to talk about it too to people, and I'm so excited. But this one follows a woman, well, yeah, a woman, and she's a reporter, and she ends up getting hired by this really known actress who was an actress during the 1950s and like hasn't really given an exclusive interview, and this actress is giving this reporter an exclusive interview. It just goes from there, and like that's all you really need to know. You don't need to know anything else going into this book because things get real. Next book I got was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this one, again, I read it. I actually read the audiobook, which if you're not too sure if you would like the format of this one is all interview style, so it's just like one after the other. It just kind of gives their own perspective of what happened. So like that's what this whole book is about. So if you want, go read the audiobook because it's full cast and it's amazing. This one follows Daisy Jones and the Sixth, which is a band. And it just kind of follows as they become a band and then how that band eventually broke up. That's all you really need to know. If you're gonna go into this book, you are going to be so disappointed that this band isn't real. Like, honestly, I need this band to be real. It is being made into a TV series, I think. Maybe eventually. I'm hoping so, because, like, I want the music of this book so freaking bad. Next book I got, which I just bought it yesterday, and I'm so excited for it. Oh, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. My days are blurring together. It's called The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. Oh my god. I'm so excited for this book. To get the gist, this book follows a girl who is kind of getting desperate. I'm not too sure why, but she needed a place to stay. And the place to stay was this flat where the guy wouldn't be there during the nights and weekends because he'd be at work, and she'd be at work during the days. They decided to make a plan that she would live at the apartment during the night and the weekends. He would be there during the day. And they end up leaving like little notes to each other. What's left of the groceries, what needs to be picked up, all that stuff. They eventually start sharing more personal stuff, so like, you know where it's going, and I'm excited. So this next one, I actually read her books before. I just forgot about it, but this is an adult book, so I'm gonna give myself a leeway, because the ones I talked about before were YA, so like, okay. It was Don't You Forget About Me by Mary McFarlane. I think her first name, you have to say it with a V. I don't know why. Like the M is like not there. I don't know. I've read her other books before. I've read Who's That Girl, I think it's called, and It's Not You, It's Me. And like, I really enjoyed those books. Those were really fun to read. So I saw this and it was 40% off, so I was like, yes, I'll get it. You don't have to twist my arm. So I honestly can't remember what this one's about. I just know that it follows a girl. Like all the romance ones, it follows a girl. Her new boss is someone who she left notes to before, or someone who she liked before, and I don't know. But like, she doesn't think he remembers, so like, hence the Don't You Forget About Me.
Don't you forget about me.
Okay, I just had to get that out of my system, okay? So yeah, that's kind of what this is, so I got it. Alright, so that is all the romance/adult books. Now, let's get into the LGBTQ. So the first one I'm going to talk about, oh my god, this is my favorite. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This one I read already and I freaking loved it. If you watched my wrap up, you will see me just gushing about this book. Oh my god, I love this book so much. This one follows a guy. Hey, look at that. It actually follows a guy, not a girl. So it follows a guy who is a first son of the United States, and it follows another guy who is the Prince of England. So yeah, they're kind of hate each other at the beginning. They end up getting into this like altercation at this big wedding. They end up doing something that gets them huge headlines, and their PRs have to work a double time and figure out a way to fix this. So they end up forcing these two men to get together and be best friends. So yeah, it just follows from there, and it's freaking adorable. It is amazing, and I highly recommend it. Next one I got was The Music of What Happens by Bill Coningsburg. Now I did try reading this. I got up to like there, wherever that is. It's like 30 pages, I don't know. Just follows these two people, and yeah, it was one of my most anticipated reads of 2019, but like, I started reading it and I didn't really care for the writing, and it just doesn't seem realistic to me, but like, I'll hopefully pick it up again later on sometime. This book follows two people who are complete opposites of each other. So one is very shy and kind of likes to keep to himself and not very open, while the other one is very outgoing. He loves playing sports, video games, and all that kind of stuff. And they end up not really forced together, but one of the people ends up getting a job at the food truck that the family owns, and they develop a friendship and eventual romance. So yeah, that's this book. And like, I'm hoping I can pick it up again and maybe enjoy it more, but I'm not too sure. Next one I got, which I never heard about this book before, and I'm so glad I found it, because I would have been sad if I didn't, because it's a lesbian one, and like, I haven't read many lesbian ones. So this one is The Meaning of Birds by J. Robin Brown. This one I just kind of saw. I'm not too sure why I picked it up. I think it might have been the cover, but it might have not been. I don't know. This one just follows a girl who, her ex-girlfriend, they broke up and then dies, or she died when they were still together. I'm not too sure, but she's kind of going through the grieving stages, and she ends up meeting this other girl and kind of helps her get out of her grief a bit and gets her motivated to pursue her art again. That's really all I know that this one is, but it's a lesbian one, so like I'm really excited for it. The next one I got was I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. So this one follows a person who is non-binary. So this person, they end up getting kicked out of the house after they come out, and it just kind of goes from there. They end up meeting someone else who helps them, so I'm not too sure where it goes from there, but I've never read a book that has a non-binary character before, so like I'm really excited to learn about that aspect of the LGBTQ community. Next book I got was Like a Love Story by Abdi Naziminian. I'm not too sure if that's how you say it, but this one was actually part of my most anticipated reads of 2019. It follows a group of friends, I think, and they're all in New York, and one of the characters doesn't want to let other people know that he's gay. It's in the 1990s or 1980s or something, and like the AIDS pandemic is kind of going on at this point, and like all the gays are being blamed for it because that's the most people who are getting affected by it at this time. I'm not too sure exactly what happens. I know one of them is dating this other girl, and like there's another guy in there and he's gay, and he's like out and proud even though his parents are not very approving of that. And yeah, I'm not too sure exactly where it goes, but I'm really excited for this one just because it seems more of a serious book and kind of delves deep into the dark parts of gay in the 20th century. Next one I got, which again, a lesbian one, so I'm so excited. This one's Tell Me How You Really Feel by Aminia Me Safi. My god, I butchered that name. I apologize. This one kind of follows a hate to love story, which I'm so excited because it's a lesbian one and I need this. So this one, I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but like one of them needs tutoring, or I don't know what it is. Something happens. I don't know. All you really need to know is that it's lesbian and it's a hate to love story. So like, you're welcome. The next one I got was Birthday by Meredith Russo. This is the author of If I Was Your Girl, which is a story about a transgender girl. And this one also follows someone who is transgender, and it's actually two people who were born the same day and they've been best friends, and they've both been kind of hiding something from the other. I can't remember if that's what it is, but like one of them is transgender, so she is trying to figure out how to reveal that to her best friend. So yeah, that's this book. Next one I got, which again, I never heard about it, but then I saw someone on Instagram, a Bookstagram photo, and it was this one, and I was like, what is that book? So I tried to look it up, and then I read it and I was like, oh, it's LGBTQ, and then I was like, I can't stop thinking about it. So I got it. It's called We Contain Multitudes, and this one follows two people. They're like pen pals. They start being pen pals to each other and start sending each other messages. It just kind of goes from there, and they eventually start to grow on each other. I don't know. They eventually start to develop feelings for each other. That's a better way of saying it. Alright, that's all the LGBTQ books. Now let's get into the series. So the first one I got was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Vicious is something. So I know it follows brothers or best friends or something, and they are experimenting and something goes wrong and there's bones, I think. I don't know. I'm going in blind to this one because like that's what I've been told and I do what I'm told. So yeah, that's this one. Next one I got was A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, the second book in a Darker Shade of Magic series, and I'm excited. This is the collection copy because, you know, I'm too lazy to actually look online and see if there's a hard copy that I can get cheaper because I like to waste money. But this one's the second book in that series. So the first one, A Darker Shade of Magic, it follows someone who is able to go between magical worlds. There's not too many left and he's one of the only ones who can. And there's 4 different worlds. There's one world that has really no magic at all, a second world that is harmonious with magic, third world that kind of controls magic, and fourth world that is kind of off the map just gone. And that's pretty much all you need to know. Next I'm going to talk about together because they're in the same series. The first one I got was The Hammer of Thor, the second book in the Magnus Chase series. And the other one I got was a third one in the Magnus Chase series, The Ship of the Dead. So I actually read these two already. They're a lot of fun. They're Rick Riordan ones. And I just like the writing style of his. It just seems so simple and just kind of humorous and funny. Next ones I'm going to talk about together again because they're all in the same series. So it's the Grisha series. I don't know, but like the Shadow of Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. I ended up getting this series. I wouldn't have gotten it if it was on full price, but at one of my cousin's big sales she has, these were on for $14. Like not $14 each. I mean the whole set was $14. So like yeah, I couldn't resist that. So I got them. I have no idea when I'm going to read them because like series are a huge commitment. I have them on my shelf, so I have an option to read them now. We'll just see if I do. I don't know. So the next one I got was The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare. This is a last book. This is a first book in the Eldest Curses series, and I actually did try reading it. I got up to page something. I got to like page 92, 93, and I was really excited for this. I bought it and I actually instantly started reading it, and to be honest, I was a little disappointed. I think it was more the writing. Oh my god. People stop. Leave me alone. It was mostly the writing. It just didn't feel Cassandra Clare to me. Like I know it's written by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, but like there's points where I was like, was this edited? I don't know. Like it just didn't feel right. I don't know. I was just thrown off of the story by that. Like I was thrown out of the story. That was very disappointing because I absolutely love Magnus and I love Alec and I just love their story. It was just disappointing. I will pick it up eventually. It might just be that I'm just not into the Cassandra Clare because I haven't even picked up the last book in the Dark Artifices yet. So like, I don't know. And to be honest, the new series she's coming out with, I really have no desire to buy it anymore. I don't know, it just might be a fantasy thing or even just a Cassandra Clare thing. I'm just kind of getting over it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just a little disappointed in this one. Alright, so that is the last of the books. Holy jeez. That was almost 50 minutes. That was all the books I've collected. I don't even know how many of these were. I'll have to count them later and then let you know. It's done! Those are all the books I've collected since February. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. If you haven't yet, I'll just see you guys next video. Bye bye.